Their last game Tuesday night beat the Los Angeles Clippers 123 to 109. Bullets trailing the Celtics by 3 games for that final playoff spot in the East, the 8th and final Eastern spot. So we're set for the 5th meeting of the season between these two clubs. Knicks have won the previous 4. You saw the pregame ceremonies. There will be more ceremonies at halftime. About 50 former Bullets are on hand, invited back for a reunion, and they will be introduced to the crowd from the days of Buddy Jeanette all the way to the likes of Kevin Porter and some of the more recent Bullets who played both with the Washington Bullets and the Baltimore Bullets. And now the Bullets control the tip. Malone for Walker, and here's Bernard King, who's been on a tear as of late. Rebounded by Oakley.
Yes, Bernard missed the last game 2 weeks ago in New York because of the flu. If he wants to make up for lost time, he also has not had a big scoring game against the Knicks this year.
Malone. And the Bullets with a 2-0 lead.
Marv, I sized this up, although Malone disproved me as a tough place to shoot. There's so many visual distractions here with the crowd, and the lighting is rather dim.
Oakley able to tie it. All right, Malone gives it back, and we get a whistle. The outside official, Mike Mathis, calling it offensive foul on the Bullets. Bernard King picks it up. Mike Mathis working with Bernie Fryer and a rookie NBA official, Gary Benson, out of the Southland Conference, where he spent the last 3 years. Ewing. Malone putting the move on Jackson. Nice feed. Terry Catledge able to hit, and Jackson is shaken up.
Yes, he went down on that play. I don't know exactly how it happened. You can see the pain. Malone, in a very determined drive, lost his balance, got rid of the ball at the end of the move, though.
Catledge bothered recently by an injured right hand. In fact, 0 for 6 from the field in the Bullets' last game against the L.A. Clippers. And when scoreless in 14 minutes, Mark Jackson is okay.
That was a right elbow to the nose of Mark Jackson from Catledge that brought him down.
Knicks down by the score of 4-2. Mark Jackson coming off an outstanding game last night against the Hornets. Here's Tucker off the dribble. Tucker with the tip. And the game is tied at 4.
Trent doing so many of the unexpected things lately.
Catledge. And the Bullets with a 6-4 lead. The horn sounding over at the scorer's table. Problem with the 24-second clock. There's Wes Unseld, who moments ago had his uniform number retired here at the Baltimore Arena. This used to be called the Baltimore Civic Center. It is now the Baltimore Arena. Bullets playing their 3rd home game here this season. They lost to Milwaukee in double overtime, and they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers here in Baltimore. Rick Pitino, who will be looking forward to the newest New York Knick, Kiki Vandeweghe, joining the club at practice tomorrow. Kiki was in New York after he took a physical and had a conference with the media. And we're told that all the preliminary reports from that physical were favorable. They also checked out Kiki's back. X-rays were taken and came back about the same as was the case in June. The Knicks had him in for a physical last June. There are back problems, but nothing different. It is not worse than what was seen back in June. So Kiki will practice tomorrow at the Garden and will be available for the game Sunday afternoon against the Boston Celtics.
Talking to Darrell Walker before the game about his game and, of course, about the pickup of Kiki Vandeweghe. And he said what people don't really think of that much about him, one of his skills is his ability to put the ball on the floor. He isn't just a jump shooter. He can dribble and go by people.
Bullets with a 6-4 lead. We're just underway. Here's Johnny Newman. And a friendly rim for Newman. That's his first field goal. The game is tied at 6.
Knicks are increasing the pressure a bit now.
Bernard King. And the rebound for Oakley. Had a notion with Ewing breaking down. Tucker from three-point range. Off the steal, Charles Jones feeds ahead. Nice pass from King for Catledge.
Catledge with the little head fake got rid of Charles Oakley.
The tough assignment for the Bullets is Patrick Ewing against the 6'9" Charles Jones. Catledge over to help out. Stepped out off that steal attempt.
Ewing's high against the Bullets this year was 27 in their first game on November 9th. Also had 13 rebounds. Statistically, that was his best game.
Foul committed by Jones, a hacking foul, so Ewing will go to the foul line.
Patrick also had a very strong 26-point game on February 7th, their last meeting a couple of weeks ago. Ewing getting fouled on that play. Because Patrick doesn't have Dave Feidel to worry about now in the first quarter as he did that night.
That's right. That last get-together in early February, Feidel came out and had a sensational game. Hit 7 for 10, 14.7 rebounds. He has not been playing, though, as of late. In fact, did not appear the last 2 games. I would think we'll see him here tonight off the success he had in that last meeting with the Knicks. Game tied at 8. 3 minutes have gone by. King's pass was deflected. Catledge rejected by Ewing. Jeff Malone shoots. Jackson, three-pointer. And he's been hitting the long-range bomb.
Last time they met, Marv, again, Feb 7, 3 for 17 for the Knicks. However, Mark Jackson was 2 for 5 in that game.
Off the turnover, here comes Jackson. It's a 3-on-2. Newman. Beautifully done, and the Knicks now lead at 13-8. A lot of crowd support here for the Knicks, which was apparent during the player introductions. Catledge. And the Knicks again on the run. Ewing off the fake. Yes, it counts. And he'll go to the line. So the Knicks with 9 consecutive points and lead at 15-8.
Well, he has to feel like Goliath out there, particularly on a play like this. Look at the people that's near him now. There's 6'4". Jeff Malone can't deal with him. Darrell Walker comes in 6'4" as well. So Patrick towering over people now.
Foul committed by Malone. 5 points for Ewing. And the Knicks lead it 16-8. Last night, Ewing was toying with the Charlotte Hornets. You had that impression. That's the case with the Knicks against the Hornets all night long. Timeout called by the Bullets. 4 minutes in this first quarter, and the Knicks with a 16-8 lead.
Tara Myers' dream of a beautiful wedding almost ended 2 months ago in a car accident. Unfortunately, she wasn't wearing a seatbelt and her face shattered the windshield. But because the windshield was a new type, developed by DuPont, the razor-sharp glass stayed outside, away from Tara's face. At DuPont, we make the things that make a difference. Better things for better living.
I'd buy out my company and have my boss work for me.
I'd buy his and hers Maseratis.
I'd have 50-yard line seats for the next 50 years. I would shop until I dropped.
I'd party.
This Saturday, someone could win millions of dollars.
I'd buy a baseball team for Brooklyn.
New York Lotto. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Your Honor, I can prove that the Wiz is having its greatest Washington's birthday sale.
I object. The Wiz is having its greatest Lincoln's birthday sale.
Present the evidence.
Nobody beats the Wiz for the most trusted brand names in home electronics. And our price protection policy means nobody beats the Wiz prices.
I've reached a decision. The Wiz is having its greatest presidential sale, and nobody beats the Wiz.
It's a special offer from Burger King. You can obtain a special discount coupon. Sorry, John, you can clear your throat. Thank you, Mark. While supplies last, for select Knicks home games the next time you visit a participating Burger King restaurant. Take advantage of this great offer from Burger King and take time to see the New York Knicks in action at the Garden. John, are you getting ill, a little under the weather? Because I noticed the frog on several occasions. Thought it helped my vocal quality, Mark. Huh? Frog, huh?
Foul called on Trent Tucker. The Knicks with a 16-8 lead on the Washington Bullets. It is a non-shooting foul. The Knicks with their first team foul. Marv Albert, John Andres from Baltimore. Here's Walker. And he got it over Ewing. Nice play. So the Knicks run stopped. They had scored 10 consecutive points.
Darryl using that left hand effectively.
Jackson with a three-pointer again. Mark Jackson hitting on his second three-point field goal. The Knicks by 9, 19-10. Catledge getting in, and that's a double rejection and a foul.
I would assume that Mark Jackson has shot threes better against the Bullets than anyone this year. In another game in New York in late November, take a look at Catledge underneath now at the fake. No one bid on it, but he drew the foul, drawing the contact. In that November game in New York, Mark also had 3 of them, and he was 3 for 3 in that game. So he's excelled with his three-point shooting against the Bullets this year.
Catledge off to the fast start, coming off the 0 performance against the Clippers the other night, bothered by that injured right hand. And he leads the Bullets now with 7, 19-11. The Knicks on top. Oakley, yes. And the Knicks shooting well here in this first quarter. Oakley's hit 2 out of 2. Some pressure from the Knicks. Bullets do not have any problems with it. Jones. Rare shot for Charles Jones. Newman from 3. And it will be Washington ball.
When you're up by 10, you can take rushed shots, and Rick Pitino likes the Knicks to get a lot of three-point shots up, and Newman has certainly found his touch lately.
The Knicks on the road have won 13 and lost 16. That is one of the better road records in the NBA. They have won 3 of their last 4 on the road. Good trap by the Knicks. Walker just did get it across. Here's King. He's been off. King rebounds and then scores. So Bernard King with his first bucket. And it will be bullet ball. We're halfway through this first quarter. The Knicks with a 21-13 lead. Jones. And the Knicks again on the run. Tucker ripping by Malone. The Knicks lead by 10, 23-13. Catledge. 8-point Knick lead. 5:45 remaining. First quarter. Jackson from 3. Yes. Make it 3 out of 3 from Mark Jackson from three-point range.
What a show by Mark Jackson. He's getting the room and he's taking most advantage of it. And the Knicks have forced another turnover.
And Mark Jackson in recent games has been getting off to quick starts. That's the case against Houston on Tuesday when he had his finest game of the season. And last night against Charlotte when the Knicks just surged in front early. And Mark finished up with 15 assists, 7 steals last night. John Williams replacing Charles Jones. Jones did not score. Kenny Walker has come on for the first time, replacing Johnny Newman. Williams guarding Ewing. Williams goes 6'9". Ewing wanted the ball. Ewing. And rebounded by Williams.
That's the major problem for this team. An adequate center.
Here's Jeff Malone.
Just don't have it. They have no one who's adequate at that position.
Knicks with a 9-point lead. Rick Pitino calling a 20-second timeout with 5 minutes left in this first quarter.
Well, Rick Pitino's Knicks aren't wasting time going to pressure, and the reason for that, of course, is that the Bullets are prone to it. In the last 2 games, it's been 25 and 23 turnovers for Washington, and that has cost them dearly.
Tom, while we have the opportunity, I did want to mention that this program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the expressed written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited. They now have extended to a full timeout, so we'll take a break.
Isn't it romantic?
Here is some cash, and your new car will be ready by noon.
We'll be on a plane to China in an hour.
Our Beijing office could send it to your hotel.
Oh.
Where are you staying?
And this arrived for you, Mr. Klein.
Thank you.
How would you settle your account?
American Express.
Isn't it romantic?
Helping in ways that no one else can.
Nature's light. Bathing fields of grain. Enriching full, fresh hops. Giving life to sparkling streams. Nourishing all the natural things that go into making Bud Light. The light beer that's beechwood aged for a clean, fresh taste that makes Bud Light the one light that outshines them all.
Express mail from your post office offers you guaranteed morning delivery.
We deliver, we deliver.
Saturday service at no extra charge.
We deliver, we deliver.
And an overnight price of just $8.75.
We deliver, we deliver.
Speed, convenience, price. It's a package only we can deliver. Express mail from your postal service.
We deliver for you.
Here's Mark Jackson missing from three-point range after hitting his previous 3 while we're away. And Jackson with the steal and the bucket. Jackson with 11 points while we were away. Patrick Ewing hit on a nice drive along the right baseline. Bernard King coughed it up. And the Knicks have taken a 30-17 lead. 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Here's Malone. Forced it. Rebound Oakley. Look at that pitch out to Jackson. Gerald Wilkins, who just checked in, gets into the scoring column. And the Knicks now lead at 32-17.
Oakley's on his passing game. He also whipped a beauty behind the back before.
Oakley also controlling the boards. He has 5 rebounds. Here's Walker. Trying to put it up, say, high off the backboard. John Williams draws the foul. And he'll go to the line. Substitution, Mark Allery. 3-year pro from Duke. Replacing Terry Catledge, who leaves with 9. Kenny Walker called on the foul. Sidney Green now for Charles Oakley, who had an outstanding first quarter. 4 points, 5 rebounds. Sidney Green coming off a strong game last night. 14 points, 10 rebounds. John Williams in his 3rd season in the NBA out of LSU. Left college after his sophomore season. In fact, this would be his rookie year in the NBA.
Now playing defensive center. Doing a good job on the boards. Then the skills of Williams is such that he can lead the break, and now he's a guard. He's multi-talented.
And here's King for Williams. Knicks now have Wilkins and Jackson in the backcourt. Ewing, Walker, and Green up front. And it's John Williams trying to defend Patrick Ewing. Jackson drawing the reaction from the crowd.
Going into a spinning act. Hawks doing that more and more lately, and it's fun to watch.
Illegal defense called on the Knicks. That is their first violation. So the Bullets get the new 24. Rod Strickland will come on in a moment. That is Lydell Eccles replacing Jeff Malone. Malone with the 4. Here's Strickland for Jackson. Mark Jackson with 11 points. He hit 3 of 4 from 3-point range. Incidentally, the rookie from New Orleans, Eccles, earlier this season was called Liddell Eccles, and he has changed the pronunciation of his name, similar to your situation, changing from Andresi to Andre. It is now Lydell, as in Lydell Mitchell. And Allery lost it.
Lydell and I have a lot in common, Marvin. I advise this move.
You know, your voice actually, although you're having major problems with it, as we're aware, sounds better. It's deeper and gives off more drama. Strickland is able to hit, and the Knicks lead at 34-19. And you can clear your throat on the air anytime, John, because people are now used to it.
Do you? Thank you, Marv. Would you like to lay back, and I'll take it from here? You want to do some color?
All right, here is Eccles. Out of 7 on the shot clock. King, Bernard King with his second field goal, and the Knicks now lead 34-19. Minute and a half left, first quarter.
Bernard has not had a big game. In fact, he's only scored 35 points in the 4 games, although he missed one. You know, he'd like to show the Knicks he can still do it, particularly the fans back in New York, because he has been doing it against many other teams.
2 for 6 to this point. They trap Walker. Allery. Ewing got a piece of it, but Williams right there. 34-23. The Knicks lead by 11.
Sidney Green allowed Williams to get that position, so it was an easy hoop for him.
Ewing. Yes. Patrick Ewing with 9 points, and the Knicks lead by 13.
There's such an imbalance out there in matchups with whoever is guarding Ewing.
Knicks on the run. Wilkins rejected and fouled as Allery hit the deck.
Nice recovery by Allery. Got up rather quickly. Gerald going left, his favorite direction. Williams came over and made a nice block.
Foul called on Allery. And here's Harvey Grant, the rookie from Oklahoma, in for the first time. So Grant now up front along with Allery and Williams. Gerald Wilkins to the line. He had a 24-point game earlier this season against the Bullets. 43 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Knicks coming at 36-17, 6 games in front of Philadelphia. They are 2 wins shy of matching their win total for all of last season. They have won 9 of the last 10. They've won 3 in a row. And the foul on the Knicks. John Wilkins is first. Non-shooting foul.
As long as the Knicks have the energy to play full court pressing defense, it will make it more and more difficult for the Bullets. And they have to resist when they get up court, taking the quick shot, as many teams fall into that trap.
Allery. Mark Allery hitting on his first field goal. Half-minute left in this first quarter. And it's the Knicks by 12, 37-25. Eddie Wilkins come on, replacing Patrick Ewing. Lost the dribble. Here's Williams. Beautifully done on the reverse.
Gorgeous drive by Williams. Takes up a lot of room.
Down to 5 seconds left in the quarter. Strickland, air ball. So that's the end of one here in Baltimore. The Knicks by 10. The Knicks 37. The Bullets 27. We'll be back in a moment.
Last year, almost 2 million people stopped buying regular Pepsi, and the major soft drink they moved to more than any other was Diet Coke, with smooth, satisfying, real cola taste and just 1 calorie. One for the road. You can keep coming back for more, no matter who you are.
Just for the taste of it.
The move is on to Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Ah, Bishop, the new kid. First day. We'll take it easy on you. Just park the Lincoln Town cars.
In the past 3 years, over 91,000 Cadillac owners have switched to Lincoln, many to Lincoln Town Car. They've discovered what a luxury car should be.
Lincoln Town car, please.
Yes, sir. Town car, sir.
Good job. Tomorrow, we really will take it easy on you. You'll park the Cadillac. What Cadillac?
Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
We are the spark in the engine, the switch in the night, a voice in the dark from 1,000,000 miles away. We are the beats and the scratch, the switch and the flash. We are TV, we are the good things you hear and see. We bring good things to life.
This game is brought to you in part by Metropolitan Life and affiliated companies. Get Met, it pays. And by Mobil Super Unleaded Plus Gasoline. Drive your engine clean with Mobil Super Unleaded, the high-octane gasoline with a plus.
Crowd of 12,500 here at the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. Knicks lead by 10 after 1, 37-27. Excellent shooting for the Knicks, 15 for 25. They led by as many as 15 in the first quarter. They've had the edge off the board, sparked by Charles Oakley, who has 5 rebounds. The Knicks going now with Strickland and Wilkins in the backcourt. Up front, Sidney Green, Kenny Walker, Eddie Wilkins, Gerald Wilkins, eluding Eccles. Rebound, Gerald Wilkins. And that's offensive interference or goaltend. Let's see. Basket counts. And the Bullets do not like the call. So the basket counts.
Bullets getting it away in that basketball before it cleared the cylinder. And that cost them.
And it's Gerald Wilkins getting credit for the field goal. So the Knicks now lead it 39-27. Knicks succeeding with the 3-point field goal in that first quarter. It was all Mark Jackson. Off the steal, Strickland stepped out. Or let's see. Yep, stepped out of bounds as Bernie Fryer. The Knicks with 3 for 7 from 3-point range. Mark Jackson is the high man with 11. Patrick Ewing has 9 points.
Rick Pitino behind the Knick bench. That's a new position for him. Like hockey.
Better angle.
That's right.
Here's Steve Coulter, who just checked in. John Williams from deep. Rebounded by Grant. And a foul.
Just thinking if Rick would have continued that, he could be mistaken for a fan.
Foul called on Green. Here's Ewing back for Eddie Wilkins.
Oh, with some room. Grant causes some problems out there. He's a thin guy, but he is the big man now for the Bullets on the floor.
Bob McAdoo type build. Harvey Grant, 6'9", 205 pounds. The Bullets' first-round draft pick. He is the twin brother of Horace Grant of the Chicago Bulls.
Patrick Ewing out there again should create all kinds of trouble for the Bullets.
Bullets now showing some pressure, and it works. The steal by Grant. Allery. Mark Allery with a second field goal. The Knicks now by 9, 39-30. Fans wanted to travel. Strickland on the penetration.
Like a blur.
And the Bullets look to break. Grant. So the pace picking up. Knicks by 9, 41-32. Pushing foul, says Bernie Fryer, against the Bullets. Eccles called on the foul, non-shooting affair. Coming up at halftime, Bruce Beck will focus on the Knick Bullet rivalry of the 60s and the 70s. Ewing able to do it off glass for an 11-point lead. Allery with Ewing back. Ewing did not go for the Blondes.
Allery made it difficult, too, going to the left hand, keeping it low and protecting the ball.
Off the steal. Here's Williams. So the Bullets putting a dent into that Knick lead that once was 15. It's now down to 7.
Bullets are doing it all underneath their basket as they're increasing their pace and getting the Knicks in disadvantaged situations.
Strickland. Tipped by Walker. And Allery rebounds. Wholesale substitutions coming up for the Knicks. The foul on Strickland. And now Rick Pitino inserting Mark Jackson, Charles Oakley, and Johnny Newman. Coming up at halftime, a close-up look at the Knicks and the Bullets as they went at each other back in the 60s and the 70s, the days of Dave DeBusschere and Gus Johnson and Jack Marin and Bill Bradley, Willis Reed, Wes Unseld. Here's Coulter, rejected, but the basket counts. It's a goaltend. So the Knicks now with a 5-point lead, 43-38.
It's all happening inside this paint area for the Bullets. Ewing got there quickly.
Newman able to beat the trap and then rejected. Eccles fires down to Grant. And the Knicks lead is down to 3. The Knicks calling for time. We'll be back in a moment.
Burger King introduces the Cheeseburger Deluxe for the times you want a regular cheeseburger, but you don't want it plain. Our flame-broiled regular cheeseburger is decked out in luscious lettuce and tasteful fresh tomato, which means a Burger King Cheeseburger Deluxe is anything but plain. The Cheeseburger Deluxe, now at Burger King at a very tempting price. The only regular burger that's definitely deluxe.
American business can save millions of dollars every year with the UPS Next Day Air letter. Unlike other companies which frequently charge up to $14, UPS, because we're so efficient, charges only $8.50. And we guarantee overnight delivery to every address, coast to coast. The UPS Next Day Air letter, the super saver of overnight letters.
New family members mean new responsibilities and new needs for life and health insurance protection. Why not drop in on your MetLife representative to help you figure out what's right for you and your family? Get Met. It pays.
This game is being brought to you in part by AT&T, the right choice. Marv Albert, John Andres from the Baltimore Arena, and it is really Back to the Future. I don't believe, John, that we're looking at the return of Dancing Harry. Oh, no.
Oh, my eyes are filling up. I'm getting wistful.
You know, the Knicks are looking at him as, well, some of the guys, like Mark Jackson, who followed the Knicks in the 60s and the 70s, would be aware, and is probably very depressed as he looks at Dancing Harry. But here's Gerald Wilkins not able to hit. And the Bullets able to rebound. They come from a 15-point deficit. They cut it down to 3. Coulter feeding Allery. And a foul is called before the shot attempt. It's called on Newman. His first. Patrick Ewing had to be wondering what is going on as this guy in a cape comes out of the stands and puts the hex on him.
Well, he's put the hex on the Knicks. That old ex-Bullet, ex-Knick, now Bullet cheerleader. The Knicks' pressure has gotten porous, and the Bullets are rushing through it.
Ron Williams and the Bullets have scored 10 consecutive points to move within 1. Good pressure by the Bullets. Jackson from 3, way off. Here comes Coulter. Allery's had a hot hand.
From the good defense has come aggressive rebounding by the Bullets. And they have not had to rely on outside shooting.
Bullets bench has done a good job. Ewing, yes.
No double team on him. Makes it easy for him.
13 points for Patrick Ewing. The Knicks lead by 3, 45 to 42. Allery off a nice lead pass.
Oh, Charles Oakley's probably embarrassed by that play. He just kind of trailed Allery. Watched it happen.
8 points for Allery. Gerald Wilkins. He's been off. Echols putting behind the back. And it will be Bullet ball. Last touch by the Knicks.
Well, Wes Unseld must have said something several moments ago because his team's done a complete turnaround. What hustle, loose balls, as you can see, splendid play by Echols, a 6'5" man. Must be at least 230. He can move.
Grant coming around the pick to hit. And the Bullets take the lead for the first time since the early moments when they were up 8-6. Grant deflected it out. It will be Nick Ball. Bullets on a 14-2 run to lead by 1. 46-45, 7:15 left, first half. Oakley, yes, he was hitting the outside shot last night against the Hornets. The Knicks by 1, 47-46.
They're digging in now at the full court pressure, but the Bullets with their passing are having great success.
Echols with his first field goal, and the Bullets have a 1-point lead. Delay of game warning calls on the Bullets. And there's Wes Unseld, who had his uniform number retired in ceremonies prior to the game. Tucker from 3, yes. Brett Tucker with a 3-point bomb. He's on a 3-point field goal roll, had a couple last night. Knicks with a 2-point lead, 50-48. Catlett posting Jackson on a mismatch. Look out. Ooh, he's all right. Landed on his elbow, but Charles just walks it off.
Strong man.
Foul called on Catlett.
Catlett went away from the basket, made it easy for Jackson, and then Oakley to the rescue, and he went down fast, but bounced up.
strip. And the foul called on the Bullets.
Amazing display early in the game, however, by the Knicks of three-point shooting. You know, just looking at the Bullets' three-point shooting, Marv, for the season, this is unbelievable. They have made 22 three-point shots for the season coming in tonight, and the Knicks coming in had 255 made.
Catledge on the last foul. Oakley again. He's 4 for 4. And the Knicks lead by 4, 52-48, halfway through the second quarter. Catledge. Very difficult shot off a double pump, and Terry Catledge has turned it from his last outing. He now has 11 points. Three-point attempt. Jackson keeps it alive. That's a foul on Jackson. Well, many years ago, that could have been called a force out, but now it's either a travel or a push, and Mark Jackson collects his first personal. Catledge foul, and he will go to the line. Rod Strickland checking in, replacing Mark Jackson.
Problems for the Knicks is that they're allowing the Bullets to get inside all the time. Again down low, bump by Newman, no foul call there, but they squeezed him. Williams on that play, but they're getting underneath. They weren't doing that in the opening moments of the game. Most of the first quarter they couldn't penetrate and get inside, but that has completely turned around now. The Bullets are getting in close, it seems, at will.
Correction, John Williams on the free throw line. He has played well. He's been a spark in this Bullet drive. 12 points for John Williams. The game is tied at 52. Now Strickland in the backcourt with Tucker, Oakley, Ewing, and Newman up front. Ewing hit on a reach-in. Bullets with their 14th foul. The Knicks over the limit. John Williams picking up his first.
Here comes the double and the triple team now. They come in to squeeze Patrick Ewing. They're reacting quickly to him now.
And it was called in the act, so Ewing to the line. He's 3 for 3 from the foul line. Ewing has 14 points. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look back at the Knick Bullet rivalry of the 60s and the 70s. Also, we hope to pick up some of the ceremonies. About 50 former Bullets will be on hand to be honored at halftime. Some memorable names: Walt Bellamy, Phil Chenier, Ray Felix, Paul Hoffman, one-time Knick, Herman Red Klotz, now the Washington Generals, our former coach. And Johnny Newman hits on the break. Yes, you and I had the misfortune of playing a game with the Generals against the Globetrotters at the Garden.
Never forget that halftime speech. Boy, did he take off on you.
Oh, yes, he did. He said, remember, this is serious business. Eccles off the mark. See who else will be here. Buddy Jeanette, Stan McKenzie, one-time NYU Violet, Dave Piontek. And the Knicks take a 58-52 lead. Newman has come on. He now has 8 points. Paul Seymour is here. Irving Torgoff. Remember that name?
No.
All right.
I do remember Barney Cable, though.
Yes, he'll be here. Jim Bad News Barnes, Fred Lewis, Carl Meinhold. We'll be back in a moment.
When Bill Denby was in Vietnam, he dreamed of coming home and playing a little basketball. A dream that all but died when he lost both legs to a Viet Cong rocket. But then researchers discovered that a DuPont plastic could help make truly lifelike artificial limbs. Now Bill's back, and some say he hasn't lost a step. At DuPont, we make the things that make a difference. Better things for better living.
It's the American Leader Celebration at your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer. Now you can get low factory financing or cash back on some of America's best-selling cars and trucks. Get 4.9% financing or up to $750 cash back on Ford Ranger, America's #1 selling compact pickup. Choose 4.9% financing or $500 cash back on Ford Escort, America's #1 selling car. There's cash back on Taurus and select F-Series too, all before you make your best deal during the American Leader Celebration at your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer.
There's this dude from the west side they call the Wizard, who is amazing. Plays the middle at 6'4". Anything a 7-footer can do, he can do better. When he leaps, he just keeps going up until all you see is the bottom of his Reeboks. One time, the Wizard did the nastiest dunk I ever seen. Went up, hit the ball 2 times on the backboard, then slammed back. Now that takes hang time.
When the new legends are made, they'll be wearing Reeboks.
This game is being brought to you in part by Federal Express with worldwide service to over 100 countries. The Knicks now by 6, 58-52. They led by as many as 15. Bullets turning it around and coming back. Led briefly off a 14-2 run. And the Knicks now back to the lead with 4:15 left in this first half. And the Knicks showing some pressure. Bullets have hit 10 out of 14 from the floor, make it 11 for 15 here in the second quarter as Harvey Grant makes it 4 out of 4, 9 points in all.
Well, their ball movement has been excellent. They're finding the open people without dribbling that basketball.
Strickland. And rebounded by Catlett. He's fouled.
Foul committed by Patrick Ewing.
Kicks over the limit. Ewing on the foul for Ewing, his second. And the Bullets will go to the line. And mentioning some of the former Bullets who will be on hand, Connie Simmons, man who played for both the Knicks and the Bullets, not able to make it here. He's back home in Syosset, and we'd like to wish him well. His son Neil is representing his dad. Connie Simmons, a name familiar to basketball fans in the 50s and the 60s.
Well, I'll admit, I don't think of Connie Simmons as a Bullet. I mean, he's a Knicks player.
Should say 40s and the 50s.
Great hook shot. You know, players like Connie Simmons watch players of today. They must really be puzzled as to why that hook shot isn't around. And they had such great careers with that shot.
Like yourself, John, always pushing for the hook shot from your days back in the early 40s. 3.5 remaining in this first half. Here's Grant. Oh, he's on fire. 11 for Harvey Grant, and the Knicks by 1, 58-57.
A remarkable turnaround for the Bullets.
Here's a game that I know that you're keeping a sharp eye on, John, in the second quarter. Miami, L.A. Clippers. Clippers trailing the Heat 43-26 in Miami in the second quarter. Other scores, second quarter, Celtics 43, Milwaukee 42. Tucker trying to go glass, rebounded by Grant. Cavaliers over Portland 55-38 of the second. And the reach-in foul is called. So Eccles to the free throw line.
The Bullets' last 2 games were successful, and they were both against the Clippers. One out west when they concluded a 4-game trip, and one the other night in Washington. And gave the Bullets some confidence again after their road trip. Although they did okay, they beat Sacramento also on that trip. Had a 2-2 record.
Now Gerald Wilkins sitting down. Last foul called on Gerald Wilkins, and Eccles has tied the game at 58. Fans wanted to travel on Ewing. Patrick Ewing, 6 for 8 from the field, 17 points. So another fast start for Ewing. Coulter lost it. Oakley called for the travel.
Tucker disappointed in himself because he gave it to Oakley in a difficult position.
And now Charles will do his usual inbound act, not giving much room to John Williams. 2.5 left in this first half. Strickland able to break it up. The Knicks have a 2-point lead, 60-58. The rookie out of Oklahoma, Harvey Grant, getting set to inbound. He's played well. Delay of game warning called on the Knicks. That's because Oakley did not give Grant the proper room. John Williams with the one-on-one move. Oh, what a play. Eccles has tied it at 60. Ewing getting position on Williams. Oakley. And Tucker will get the new 24 as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Tucker from 3. Yes.
Great interreaction between Ewing and Tucker on that play.
So Trent with 2 3-point bombs. Mark Jackson has 3. And the Knicks lead it 63-60. And the offensive foul called on Eccles.
Eccles is a fearless force out there. I don't believe he feels he can get hurt, and he's very aggressive.
Sidney Green is back, and Patrick Ewing sits down. So Rick Pitino going with Sidney Green as the backup center. And away from the ball, Green is called for the offensive foul as he tried to post up.
On the switch, he drew Coulter. Naturally, Sidney went down low. Got a little too physical with Coulter, however. We'll take a look at it now. Coulter's on the left with Green. And he got a massage.
Timeout called with 1:32 remaining in this first half. Sunday afternoon, the Knicks back at the Garden. That game is sold out. They'll face the Boston Celtics, led by Joe Klein and Ed Pickney. Wait a moment, John. They'll be there. Kiki Vandeweghe will be available, wearing number 55 in a New York Knicks uniform. Coming up at halftime, as you look at a fellow by the name of DeBusschere going against Wes Unseld. I'll look back with Bruce Beck checking out that the tremendous rivalry between the Knicks and the Bullets in the 60s and the 70s.
Well, we saw number 22 last night on the Bill Cosby show with his teammate, Senator Bradley.
Dave picking up extra work along with Bill wherever they can.
Bill drove a hard bargain for that appearance.
Coming up on 1 minute to go in this first half. He stepped out. Johnny Newman stepped on the baseline. Well, the Knicks will be able to give the uniform number 55 to Kiki Vandeweghe. I mentioned the other night that with the trade speculation right from the start of the season, here's Catledge. The Knicks were actually carrying around a number 55 Vandeweghe uniform from the start of the season, just in case the trade would take place. Strickland with a gorgeous move.
Nobody does it better when he's in motion going to that basket. Man, how he uses that backboard.
– 45 seconds to go in this first half. Strickland, rather Newman nearly picked it off. And a foul is called. Holding foul on Tucker. Knicks over the limit, so the Bullets will go to the foul line.
Knicks have come to life now defensively. When that foul was called, good aggressive play here. Good effort by the Knicks and Trent Tucker. Rick Pitino was clapping. He was happy at the effort being put forth as the Bullets are having a more difficult time now rushing that ball up court.
Mark Jackson is back. Steve Coulter cutting it down to a 2-point Knick lead. The Knicks 65 and the Bullets 64. Knicks going with Jackson and Strickland together. They did for quite some time last night against the Hornets. Jackson, yes. How many times have we seen Mark Jackson come off the bench and hit on his first field goal attempt? 67-64. Knicks by 3. Eccles pulling his way and lost it. This play by Newman. With 20 seconds remaining, Knicks look to hold for one. Knicks setting it up. 10 seconds left first half. Green try to set a pick. Down to 5. Here's Jackson dumping it off. Did not click. Final seconds. Too late. Basket will not count. So we've come to halftime. At one point in the first quarter, the Knicks led by as many as 15. The Bullets went on that 14-2 run to get back into it. They led briefly, but the Knicks by 3 at halftime. And coming up, a close-up look with Bruce Beck checking out the Knick-Bullet rivalry of the 60s and 70s.
I knew he was going to be here. This is going to be one great party. You know why Buzz McKenzie has so much fun at parties? Because he's always in control. He knows how to make the party last. It takes good sense to have a good time. Buzz knows it's cool to live by one simple rule. Know when to say when.
A reminder from Anheuser-Busch.
Introducing the other reason to celebrate George Washington's birthday. Big savings on Mazda RX-7 and MX-6. Great availability means savings on Mazda 929 and 626. Big cashback savings on Mazda 323 and big savings on Mazda trucks. Get to your Mazda dealer's Washington's birthday celebration now.
These super RX-7 savings are for a limited time only. Come drive one home today.
If this is the only way you participate in different sports, Avia doesn't want you buying their cross trainers.
So there's Richie, my twin brother, taking my place at the game. I was cramming for finals, and he only had to warm the bench, like I do. No one can tell us apart.
Oh, you guys, I can always tell just by the sound of your voice.
The color in the voice.
Butler. And
The texture of a phrase. That's the uncompromising sound clarity of AT&T.
Butler?
We take you right there and keep you this close.
The Knicks and the Bullets, a classic rivalry. In the late 60s and early 70s, the two teams met in the NBA playoffs 6 consecutive years. There were many classic matchups. Dave DeBusschere going head-to-head with Gus Johnson. Willis Reed and Wes Unseld, two bruising big men who possess soft shooting touches. And without a doubt, the greatest matchup of all, Earl the Pearl Monroe against Walt Clyde Frazier. It was flair versus cool. The games were always intense. The matchups were special.
I think the rivalry between Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe was one of the classic rivalries in all of basketball.
The battles that Earl and I had, the rivalry, you know, my trying to stop him, we gained a lot of mutual respect.
I think the rivalry between Wes and I was great. Of course, there was always some big rivalries, too. In terms of players playing against each other in matchups, I think DeBusschere, Gus Johnson, Bradley, Jack Marin, Frazier, Earl Monroe.
There were two teams. No quarter was asked, none was given, and it was usually a very rough, very physical game. And it was a game, I think, where everybody who stepped on the floor gave 100%.
At that particular time, it felt great to go in and know that you had a game, that you know that you were going to battle somebody. And I don't see that happening today anymore. It's not a situation where you have certain guys coming in and you know there's going to be a definite battle.
Battle? That's an understatement. The games were out-and-out wars. There was such a fever pitch in the arenas, such a display of emotion on the court. The desire to win was incredible on the part of both teams. The series featured ice packs and freezer spray. Survival was the watchword. The two teams met for the first time in 1968-69 in the Eastern Division semifinal series. New York swept Baltimore 4-0. The Knicks on the road won as easily as they did at home. In 1969-70, they met again for the Eastern Division semifinals. Game 1 was a classic. Bradley tied it with 24 seconds to go. Earl the Pearl Monroe missed at the buzzer, and the two teams went to overtime. In the first overtime, there was a controversial call. Dick Barnett goes into what appears to be the game winner. Freddie Carter comes up with the block, but it looks like goaltending. Knicks coach Red Holtzman says yes. Referee Mendy Rudolph says no. Mendy wins the battle, and the game goes into double OT. The Knicks finally go on to win Game 1, 120-117. A classic playoff game. And the crowd reacted like the Knicks had just won the World Championship. The rest of the series was played with the same intensity, the same emotion. Wes Unseld was brilliant in Game 3, 33 rebounds. Earl Monroe put on a spectacular show with passes like this. And the Pearl added some stunning individual moves of his own. But the Knicks countered with Walter Clyde Frazier, hitting his patented fall-away jumper. Bill Bradley, the man of constant motion, following the miss and tipping it in for 2. And Dick Barnett driving to the hoop with reckless abandon. The Knicks put it all together and win the series in 7. In the 1970-71 playoffs, the two teams met in the Eastern Conference Final Series. DeBusschere with a strong layup, and Gene Shue was very concerned. But Earl the Pearl took over. Earl was spectacular. Not even Walt Frazier could stop the Pearl. Watch Jack Marin get the pass to John Tresvant. The Bullets steal a page from the Knicks book, and they tie up the series at 2 games apiece with a 21-point win in Game 4. In Game number 6, Earl Monroe was unstoppable for the Bullets. He did whatever he wanted to do, whenever he wanted to do it. When Bill Bradley missed his final shot at the buzzer in Game 7, the Bullets had won the series. They won the game 93-91, and they had knocked the Knicks out of the playoffs. In 1971-72, Earl Monroe became a New York Knick, and the big question became whether Earl and Clyde could play together as a team.
It never entered into my mind that Earl and I could not play. But unfortunately, the fans and the press didn't see it that way.
Of course, coming here, Clyde settled that right quick because he said, I'm not going to give you the ball, so there's no problem about us.
In the playoffs, the Knicks beat the Bullets in 6 in the Eastern Conference semis. But the Knicks did lose to the Lakers in 5 in the championship series. Earl and Clyde, though, they had no problem playing together. In 1972-73, they proved it. The Knicks and the Bullets met again, this time in the Eastern Conference semis. The Knicks breezed in 5 and went on to win their 2nd NBA title. Frazier and Monroe were brilliant as a tandem, and Willis Reed, well, he added a spectacular inside game. The Knicks and Bullets met again in the 1973-74 playoffs. The Knicks won in 7. In many ways, it marked the end of a spectacular rivalry. A rivalry that was special. A rivalry that had great matchups. A rivalry of great plays and of great players. In the 60s and in the 70s, for New York and Baltimore basketball fans, there was nothing like it. Watching these two teams go head-to-head on the court.
We thought that rivalry might have been one of the best in basketball.
I don't know about ever because I haven't seen them all. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've been involved in basketball, to me it was.
Hey, old friend, it's been such a long time since I saw your smiling face pressed against my window pane. And though we went our own ways, we couldn't escape from where we came. So we find ourselves back at the table again, telling stories of survivors and friends. We'd stay up all night, trying to find just the right rhyme. And we were fighting the good fight, hanging on to the good times.
Your Honor, I can prove that the Wiz is having its greatest Washington's birthday sale.
I object. The Wiz is having its greatest Lincoln's birthday sale.
Present the evidence.
Nobody beats the Wiz for the most trusted brand names in home electronics. And our price protection policy means nobody beats the Wiz prices.
I've reached a decision. The Wiz is having its greatest presidential sale, and nobody beats the Wiz.
Now, a special announcement from Dana Horner, president of WPLJ, Power 95 FM.
At Power 95, we want to know what you think will make us better. Everyone at Power 95 is committed to building a better radio station this year, and we want you to help us. We're asking you to give us a listen and then give us a call anytime on our toll-free suggestion line. Tell us what you think we should do to make Power 95 a better radio station. Listen today and please give us a call. Thank you.
I'd buy out my company and have my boss work for me.
I'd buy his and hers Maseratis.
I'd have 50-yard line seats for the next 50 years.
I was shot until I dropped.
I'd party.
This Saturday, someone could win millions of dollars.
I'd buy a baseball team for Brooklyn.
New York Lotto. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Look up, America, past Ford Taurus, to the car named Best Domestic Four-Door Sedan in America, Eagle Premier. More front head, shoulder, and legroom than Ford Taurus. A more aerodynamic shape and more horsepower than Taurus. Plus, Chrysler 770 protection, unmatched by Ford. And now, big cashback savings on Eagle Premier. Named Best Four-Door Sedan over Ford Taurus and every other American car tested.
See your tri-state Jeep Eagle dealer. Jeep Eagle, the newest division of Chrysler Corporation.
Welcome back to the Baltimore Arena. Marv Albert with John Andres at halftime. The Knicks leading the Bullets 67-64. What is billed as the Bullets reunion taking place at center court with a host of one-time Baltimore and Washington Bullet players. A lot of familiar names out there being honored, being introduced to the crowd. We just saw Walt Bellamy and Barney Cable, Phil Chenier, Ray Felix, one-time Bullet, and a one-time Knick. Ray was Rookie of the Year when he broke in for the Baltimore Bullets. Paul Seymour, Frank Pep Saul. There they are. Wes Unseld out there. Dave Piontek. Fred Lewis went on to coach Syracuse University. Red Klotz, who you know as the player coach, the fabled player coach of the Washington Generals. Terry Driscoll here. Buddy Jeanette from the early Baltimore Bullets, a team that won a championship. Bob Ferry, now the general manager of the Bullets. Mike Bloom, George Feigenbaum, a whole list of names that I know are familiar to some of you, and some of you younger fans, of course, not familiar with most of the people here. But it brings back a lot of memories. We'll be back in a moment.
intelligent, ingenious, in a world by itself. The new Maxim Series I. Only from the mind of Minolta.
To all you students of innovation, to you inspired to try what's never been tried before, to all those consumed with an insatiable curiosity, a penchant for ingenuity, to you who seek and search and blaze new trails, who try and fail and try again, to all you children of imagination, you sons and daughters and mothers of invention, dreamers and doers, thinkers and tinkerers all, we at General Electric salute you. For as advanced as our technology has become, we've never forgotten that from small beginnings, big ideas grow.
Crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
The Knicks and the Bullets are back on the court getting set for the second half. The Knicks lead it 67-64, and this is a game of streaks. The Knicks went on a 28-11 run to lead by as many as 15 in the first quarter. And then after the appearance of Dancing Harry, mysteriously, the Bullets went wild. They shot 68% in the second quarter. They went on a 19-6 run, and they led briefly, but the Knicks able to recapture the lead and lead by 3 as we head to the second half.
Dancing Harry does weave magic, and the history that we looked at halftime really demonstrated that. He was in his heyday in those years, and he had an effect. But the Knicks let up on defense, and the Bullets decided to show their pride, their professional pride, and they came back strong. Then at the end of the half, the Knicks kind of dug in again defensively, and it became more difficult. Bullets really haven't had to go to the long shooting of Jeff Malone. He's the man who usually keeps them in games with his long jump shots, but it hasn't been necessary thus far, and it's been very good for the team.
I didn't realize you say Dancing Harry had an effect. I didn't realize that, John.
Are you crazy? You saw what happened.
We are ready to take a look at some of the first half highlights. And as always, our highlights are brought to you by Minolta, creators of Maxim 3000i, the world's smallest, most affordable autofocus SLR. Both clubs shooting very well in the first half. The Knicks 56% and the Bullets at 55%. And the Knicks also able to pop from long range.
Well, Mark Jackson really came up and surprised the Bullets. One bomb after the next. 3-point bombs we're talking about, which that was. And Patrick Ewing inside, just too big for the opposition at that point, particularly.
Now, last night, Mark Jackson came up with 7 steals. Here's one tonight in the first half.
Yes, his alert hands, and then he's very difficult to stop when he goes down that right side, no matter who's guarding him. There he is. Dancing Harry. Good moves, Marv. I see in a decade or so since we've seen him, because that's the basic one.
And Mark Gallery, a factor in the first half, leading that Bullet surge. He had 8 points, hitting on 4 of 6. And Lydell Eccles also contributed to that Bullet run.
Yes, Lydell with a long shot for the Bullets from the foul line in the first half. They did not do much of that.
Bullets not able to solve Patrick Ewing. Ewing with another strong first half. He's the high man for the Knicks with 17, 6 for 9 from the floor. Bullets going first with the 6'9" Charles Jones, and then the 6'9" John Williams.
See, Oakley doing his typical job, has 9 rebounds to lead both teams in the first half. Very important, as usual.
And Bernard King, very quiet, played 11 minutes, hit only 2 of 6 in that first half.
Yes, that is a surprise, because Bernard was not in foul trouble, but the running game seemed to suit the other players that Wes Unseld went with.
Also a factor in the Bullets getting back into it. They were able to throw the press and some successful traps at the Knicks, and it bothered the Knicks.
Yes, the turnover total in the first half for Washington, only 7 turnovers. For the Knicks, 12 turnovers, and it cost them 18 points.
Yeah, that would be under the TO column, John. You picked it right out as we take a look at the Jeep Eagle halftime statistics. The good shooting by both teams off the boards. The Knicks with an overall 24-20 edge.
Where the Knicks have had an edge lately is in the bench, but tonight the Bullets reached down and did a splendid job, 40-11 off the bench.
And the Bullets not doing it by virtue of their usual sources, the combination of Jeff Malone and Bernard King. Malone averaging better than 22 a game, King over 20 points per game, but I mentioned Bernard with only 4 points, Malone with only 4 points, sitting on 2 out of 4, and did not get the playing time because of the success of the bench. Ewing leading the way with 17. Mark Jackson with 13. He's hit 3 from three-point range. Trent Tucker with 12 points. Terry Catledge bouncing back from his scoreless performance in the Bullets' last outing against the Clippers. 14 points for Catledge on 6 for 10. We're underway third quarter as Johnny Newman not able to hit, rebounded by Darrell Walker. Walker and Malone at the guard. Catledge with King and Jones up front. Catledge again going high off glass, and the Knick lead is now 67-66. A three-pointer.
Johnny Newman bombing away quickly. Gets teams off balance when he shoots it so fast.
That is his first three-point field goal. The Knicks now 6 for 12 from downtown. Bernard King with a silky move. The Knicks by 2, 70-68. Last night, the Knicks 5 for 12 from three-point land. Oakley way off. Kept alive. It will be, let's see. Ray Pryor says blue ball. It will be Nick Ball. How about this score, John? Clippers in Miami, third quarter. The Heat leading 70-39. Walker off the steal. Putting the move on Tucker. Good hustle by Darrell Walker. Catledge. Oakley lost it.
Darrell Walker in the middle of things. I remember the game in New York, Marv, a couple of weeks ago. Walker came out after a scoreless, invisible first half and exploded. Remember, we talked about that. He looks like he's repeating that. He's really alive now.
And Jeff Malone has tied the game at 70. Rick Pitino calling a 20-second timeout. So 2 minutes have gone by in this third quarter. And the Knicks and the Bullets are tied at 70. The Washington Bullets with a record of 20-30. They come off 2 straight wins, but both against the woeful Los Angeles Clippers. That preceded by a 4-game Western swing in which the Bullets split before.
Well, following the game, it's the best news you've heard all day. It's time for Rollins Smith. It's the Channel 9 News with Rollins Smith and Jennifer Valapi. Because there's no news like our news.
It will be Nick Ball at midcourt. Wes Unseld says if the Bullets don't play hard every night, they will get embarrassed. In effect, the material isn't there. They must play to their maximum.
Well, they got that message with about 8 minutes gone in the game. And they've gotten results.
Once again, the Knicks turn it over. Catledge dumps it off, and King fouled. So Bernard King to the line for the first time. He was hit by Tucker.
Darrell Walker in the middle of things created this situation. The Bullets are getting up court successfully once again.
Bernard King, a man who has made great strides to make it back from knee surgery. This after 2 years away from the game to rehabilitate the knee. Did have some back problems last year.
Yes, he's a 20-point scorer, and you can see that big game against the Cavs, 38 for his season high.
Bullets by 1, 71-70. Gerald Wilkins has replaced Trent Tucker. Ewing, yes. 19 for Patrick Ewing, and the Knicks take a 1-point lead. Oh, what a pass from King, and the foul called. Catledge will go to the line. Jackson picks up the foul. That's his second.
What a beauty. What a good view of it also.
Catledge 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. He saw the foul by Jackson and make it 2 out of 5 as he misses on the first.
There have been games lately where Bernard King has gotten more than 2-3 assists. Had a 6 a couple of games ago, looking for his teammates.
Knicks and Bullets tied at 72. Walker putting some pressure on Jackson. Ewing lost it.
Started with the dribble.
Malone. And King right there. So Bernard King with 9 points. And he's given the Bullets a 2-point lead.
You know, you look at a game and no question both teams play hard all the time. But sometimes the fervor, the intensity level isn't quite what's necessary for superiority. That's what the Knicks are in right now. They're playing hard, but they're not playing as they do at home. Wildly intense defense.
Well, the roar of the crowd does have something to do with that. King called on that foul a second. Johnny Newman off the mark, rebounded by Jones. Bad pass. Gerald Wilkins able to pick it off. Jones and Ewing bumping.
How much do they allow before that whistle blows is the question. Finally, it happened.
Charles Jones committing his second.
They're battling. You can see the pushing and the shoving. Jones trying to get around Ewing. Ewing denying it.
Each club with 2 team fouls. Jones again attempting to front Ewing.
Bullets are really digging in defensively.
That's a blocking foul on the Bullets. Bernie Fryer's call not appreciated here by Bullet fans. Jones picking up his third.
And Newman, with the ability to put the ball on the floor successfully, draws the foul.
Wes Unseld did not like the call. Newman, an 83% foul shooter. And he's gunning for his 13th point. Loose ball foul called on the Knicks. It's on Oakley. That's 2 on Oakley. 2 apiece on Oakley, Ewing, Jackson, Wilkins, and Green. Tucker has 3. For the Bullets, Charles Jones with 3. 2 apiece on Catledge, King, and Echols. King couldn't find anyone. The trap on Malone. Catledge. Oakley played him well. There's King over Ewing. And the Bullets with their biggest lead of the night. They lead by 3.
Memories of Bernard King at his best on that move.
So Bernard has come on here in the third quarter. 7 points here in the early moments. Jackson stopped. Here's King. A very impressive move by Bernard King. And the Bullets lead by 5.
The shocker here is the left-handed stuff.
Back live, Oakley missing on the drive, going short. He thought he was fouled. Here's Walker for Malone. And the Bullets take a 7-point lead. The Knicks want to talk it over. 7:20 to go in the third. The Bullets 80, the Knicks 73.
Nobody tells it like the Daily News.
The puck stops here. Or, you know, there.
Nobody knows it like the Daily News.
On the one hand, I could have played pro ball. On the other hand, I could cover it for the Daily News. What a choice.
Nobody shows it like the Daily News. Nobody knows it. Nobody shows it. Nobody tells it like the Daily News. New York's hometown paper.
If this is the only way you participate in different sports, Avia doesn't want you buying their cross trainers. And neither does the boss.
If this is the only kind of basketball you want to play, Avia doesn't want you buying their shoes.
Heavy hitter from field operations takes over, wants to move us into the Fortune 100. Tough guy. He wants to look at MIS. How many computers? How many dollars? What's the return? So I show him what we're doing with Wang. Voice response for order status. Wang integrated imaging for customer service. Field-to-home office integration. The numbers from the field come into the mainframe the second the books close. Consolidated financials go back to the field by the third of the month. His jaw drops. He says, well, he didn't say anything, really. He just whistled, like...
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by your New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut Lincoln Mercury dealers.
Bernard King moments ago with the left-handed stuff. He's on a roll now, as are the Bullets. The Knicks are in a war.
King with 9 of his 13 here in the third quarter. Ewing, yes. The Bullets are on a 14-5 run. They now lead by 5, 80-75. And Ewing has 21 points. Jeff Malone. It will be Nick Ball. One of those rare occasions where turnovers have hurt the Knicks. They've committed 16. The Bullets only 8. Ewing off a triple team. Nice pass from Jackson. And Oakley will go to the line.
Jackson certainly knows what to do with the basketball. It wasn't in his hands very long after he gets his pass from Patrick Ewing. Finds Charles Oakley.
Foul committed by Darrell Walker. His first. Oakley to the line for the first time.
Interesting matchup now with Kenny Walker and Bernard King, two small forwards. King followed a great career, was followed by Kenny Walker. With the Knicks, Kenny into that small forward role for the Knicks.
Bullets by 4, 80-76. King now picked up by Jackson. Here's Bernard. On fire. He's now 7 for 11.
Look at how quickly the Bullets are back on defense.
Ewing. Beautifully set up by Jackson. 23 for Patrick Ewing. And it will be Nick Ball.
You know the Knicks are going to stay with the pressure when you see a play like that. Jones throwing it out.
Bernard King has hit his last 6 shots. And he has 15 points, 11 of the 15 here in the third, and we're only halfway through the third quarter. Jackson. That's a difficult shot. Malone working his way right by Walker and then rejected.
Well, the Bullets were effective in defensive transition, and the Knicks were too on this play. Kenny Walker soaring. Wilkins up there too early to bother the driving Jeff Malone. Good team defense.
Make it 7 consecutive for Bernard King.
He also ripped down that last rebound that led to that break. Bernard King did. Tough one.
Bullets by 6, 84-78. 5.5 left, third quarter. Walker from 3. Kenny Walker hit one last night. Wilkins rejected by Jones. It's a 3-on-2. Darrell Walker called for a traveling violation. John, I want to keep you posted on Miami and the L.A. Clippers. The now fourth quarter. Miami leading 103-78. Clippers' latest losing streak is 7. Here's Jackson. Yes. Beautiful move by Mark Jackson. And the Knicks now trail by the score of 84-80. Good play by Walker. Here's a three-point attempt. Yes. And you hear the reaction of the crowd. A lot of folks here rooting for the Knicks, who have moved within one, 84-83, and the Knicks doing it with a three-point weapon.
Yes, it's a 50-50 situation regarding the cheering.
Walker rejected by Ewing. Here's King. And it's a loose ball foul. It's on the Knicks. Called on Ewing. That's his third.
Darrell Walker as aggressive as ever. Drew the foul. Bernard King on the drive, who's played well. He had to make a very difficult shot attempt, but Walker, who not only gets assists but also gets a lot of rebounds for this team, did his job.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the third. Catlett traveled, and now the Bullets piling up the turnovers. And it has hurt them as the Knicks have moved within one. The Knicks, incidentally, 7 for 14 from three-point range. Ewing. Ewing keeps it alive. And a reach-in foul call. Darrell Walker did not like that call. Bullets are over the foul limit.
Well, Wes Unseld has to be proud of his team. With what he has, he's getting the most.
Bernard King finally missed a shot. He hit 7 in a row. And missed just a moment ago, rimming the basket. Ewing is now 6 for 6 from the foul line. He has 24 points. He has been unstoppable going up against the likes of Charles Jones and John Williams. Actually had a tougher time against Williams. The Knicks with 7 consecutive points. And they lead by 1, 85-84. It will be bullet ball. The Knicks 36-17, 6 games in front of Philadelphia. They've won 3 in a row. They've won 9 of the last 10. And now a timeout taken by Wes Unseld of the Bullets.
Your Honor, I can prove that the Wiz is having its greatest Washington's birthday sale.
I object. The Wiz is having its greatest Lincoln's birthday sale.
Present the evidence.
Nobody beats the Wiz for the most trusted brand names in home electronics. And our price protection policy means nobody beats the Wiz prices.
I've reached a decision. The Wiz is having its greatest presidential sale, and nobody beats the Wiz.
The Clydesdales, the symbol of Budweiser quality, of Beechwood aging, the choicest natural ingredients, and a genuine commitment to freshness and taste. One beer lives up to all this. Budweiser.
On your mark, get set.
you're ahead of the game, talk about your financial plans with a MetLife representative. Or you just might run off in the wrong direction. Get Met. It pays.
The New York Knicks Foot Locker High School Assist Program is donating a pair of Nike athletic shoes to a New York City high school for every assist recorded tonight by program chairman Mark Jackson. Mark playing for Fashion Industries High School in Manhattan. Also, the Knicks and Foot Locker award Knicks tickets to select New York City high school students with good attendance records. Walker nearly picked it off the inbounds. The Bullets have been committing a host of turnovers in this third quarter. Here's King. Rebound Ewing. The Knicks with 4 turnovers opening up the quarter, and the Bullets with the last 5, and that has certainly contributed to the Knicks coming from behind and now lead by 1, 85-84. Sidney Green has checked in. He's up front with Walker and Ewing. Wilkins, nice move. So the Knicks with 9 unanswered points and lead it 87-84.
It's all pressure now for the Knicks defensively.
3-on-1 developing. And the Bullets messed it up.
Bad decision by Darrell Walker, because had the pass reached its goal, still wouldn't have been easy to do something with that basketball.
The other major factor here tonight, the Knicks succeeding from three-point range, 7 for 14. The man with the ball, Mark Jackson, with 3 from three-point land. Had a 2-point attempt and a loose ball foul call on Walker. Now, statistically, if you hit 50% of your three-pointers, that's tantamount to hitting 75% of your 2-point shots. And the Knicks 7 for 14 from that department.
Well, they've just rewritten their own record books, the Knicks record book on this. Jackson with the jump shot a moment ago. Kenny Walker on the push-off. The Knicks have become the first team, incidentally, in NBA history to have 3 players with 50 or more three-point field goals in one season. Of course, Trent Tucker, Johnny Newman, and Mark Jackson. And they're not through, and they're going to pick up another pretty good three-point shooter this Sunday in Kiki Vandeweghe.
Those may have missed the news earlier. Kiki did go through his physical in New York. The preliminary reports were sound, and he will be available for the game against the Celtics Sunday afternoon at the Garden. Some pressure again here by the Bullets. The Knicks now lead by 1, 87-86. Here's Green, took advantage.
Well, the defense had to play 2 men, Ewing and Green wisely took advantage of that room.
And a steal by Green. Recaptured by Walker. Malone. The Knicks by 1, 89-88. Jeff Malone, one of the better pure shooters in the game, now has hit 5 for 10. Come on, as of late, he has 10 points. Minute 45 left here in the third. Ewing from long range. He's 10 for 14, 27 points, and the Knicks lead at 91-88. Malone again.
Oh, he's putting on a jump shot show in this half.
The Knicks lead is 1 with a minute 20 remaining, third quarter. Knicks led by as many as 15 in the first half. Ewing stripped. Walker with a 3-on-1.
Jackson has a big job. Too much. Good ball movement by the Bullets.
Bullets by 1, 92-91. Malone now with 14 points. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. They double up on Ewing, who gives it off. And Green is tied up.
Sidney couldn't resist the dribble, which is a killer for the offensive big man when he does it with all those people around him.
Now Ewing will get a rest. Oakley comes on, so Patrick Ewing departs with 27. appears that Rick Pitino was hit with a technical foul as they were throwing the ball up for the tip. Bernie Fryer indicating the tee. Rick had some strong words in the direction of all three officials. Now he's getting on Gary Benson, the rookie official. So Malone will shoot the tee, his first free throw attempt.
A lot of times the coach will do that to spur his team on, get them to play harder, but it looks like Rick is legitimately unhappy about a call.
Bullets lead by 2, 93-91. Oakley off the tip from Green, and the game is tied at 93.
Great execution between the two forwards.
Oakley has 11 points. 40 seconds remaining, third quarter. Malone. And he was hacked by Wilkins.
Well, that's what happens when you flash that jump shot as successfully as Malone has. You start drawing tougher defense. Wilkins doesn't want to give him any room. Clips him on the forearm.
Harvey Grant, the rookie from Oklahoma, getting set to check in. Well, the Bullets have scored 29 points thus far in this third quarter, and as our crack statistician Brian Taylor points out, Jeff Malone and Bernard King have combined for 26 of those 29 points here in the third.
The Bullets average 108 points a game this season, so now they're at 94 with another quarter to go. So that tells what kind of Knick defense has been at work tonight. Not good enough.
Rod Strickland has checked in, so again he is playing at the same time as Mark Jackson. Three-point attempt. He's got it. Mark Jackson has hit 4 of 5 from downtown, and the Knicks lead by 1, 96-95, and the Knicks are now 8 for 15 in the three-point field goal department.
What a display of confidence by Jackson. He could have gone in further.
Bullets holding for a final shot. Malone. Still 10 seconds remaining. Bullets by 1. Down to 5. And a foul with 4 seconds remaining third quarter. Oh, apparently Bernie Fryer pulled a muscle and the whistle blown. It's the Bullet trainer checking him out. Came up limping. Knicks were upset that the whistle blew because they were in the midst of bringing the ball up. Now they have to throw it in. They don't wish, I think they don't wish Bernie
I'm sure
bad fortune, though, John, but broke the pattern of the play. Should be a free inbounds, you know.
Well, it's the 8 three-point shots that have made this game interesting for the Knicks. The 4th time this year they've done that.
Bernie Fryer is apparently all right as Oakley throws it in. Walker, and he is called for a travel. It will be Bullets ball. 3 seconds remaining. Down to 2, 1, and Terrell Walker nearly hits from center court. After 3, Bullets 97, the Knicks 96.
It's the American Leader Celebration at your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer. Now you can get low factory financing or cash back on some of America's best-selling cars and trucks. Get 4.9% financing or up to $750 cash back on Ford Ranger, America's #1 selling compact pickup. Choose 4.9% financing or $500 cash back on Ford Escort, America's #1 selling car. There's cash back on Taurus and select F-Series too, all before you make your best deal during the American Leader Celebration at your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer.
Over the past 8 years, 15,000 car renters were asked who's the best for clean, dependable cars. In every survey, Hertz came out on top.
Modesty forbids me from taking all the credit.
They were asked who's the best in providing high-quality service. Hertz again.
It was nothing.
And who's the best company overall? You guessed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
About the only thing they weren't asked is who's the best spokesperson.
You're kidding.
At least you have your health.
Then what'd she do?
She kissed me.
No.
Uh-huh.
2 cold ones. I knew a girl like that once.
You did?
We're playing this game called Spin the Bottle. And when it stopped, it was pointing right at me.
Then what?
She kissed me.
So what'd you do?
I married her.
Coca-Cola Classic. Does Grandma know?
She's a little suspicious. How old was that girl?
Very old. 8.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, the newest Knick, Kiki Vandeweghe, arrived in New York City today, and Bruce Beck of the MSG Network had a chance to talk with Kiki.
What are you going to say to your teammates after they've won 20 consecutive home court games, and now that you're going to be a plus rather than a minus to this club?
First thing I'm going to say is teach me how to do that. I think that's great. You know, I'm going to hopefully take some time and work in slowly and you know, look at the system. You know, Rick has done a tremendous job with this team, and they've got tremendous talent on there. And I just want to integrate slowly and to do what I can to make the team better, if that's possible.
So Kiki Vandeweghe will be available on Sunday afternoon at the Garden to face the Boston Celtics. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. You saw the John Williams tip, and the Bullets take a 99-96 lead. The Knicks going with Strickland and Wilkins in the backcourt. Newman, Ewing, and Green up front. Nice pass from Ewing. Here's Green, and the Knicks down by 1. And John, you look back at the third quarter. Strickland is able to pull one off, and Wilkins keeps it alive. Jeff Malone and Bernard King combined for 28 of the Bullets' 31 points in the third quarter.
Wow, what a show.
3-point miss for Wilkins. Knicks controlling the offensive boards. Here's another 3-pointer. So the Knicks now 8 for 17 from downtown. Gerald Wilkins, very aggressive, nearly picked it off. It will be Washington ball.
Ewing is getting into a lot of physical play with John Williams and Grant a moment ago. Getting a little hot, I think.
Patrick Ewing is the high man with 27 points. Bernard King now with 19. Jeff Malone also 19. Here's Coulter. Nice play. Steve Coulter providing a 3-point lead for the Bullets, 101-98.
Ewing depending on intimidation that time, but Coulter didn't buy.
Ewing setting up on Williams. Patrick Ewing, 11 for 15 from the field, has 29 points. The Bullet lead is 1. Coulter from Allery. Steve Coulter with his third bucket, 8 points in all. Bullets again by 3.
Bullets are not even challenging Patrick Ewing when he turns to take the jump shot.
Green with
what a great move.
Sidney Green surprising a lot of folks with that move. But here comes John Williams. Ewing stepped away.
Ewing is so sensitive to not committing fouls. He's got to rethink it, I think, Marv, and get a little more tougher defensively, challenging these people.
He has only 2 personals. Newman, yes, Johnny Newman cuts that Bullet lead down to 1, 105-104. Malone. Williams again sweeping by. And a timeout call by the Knicks. John Williams with 18 points. The Bullets lead by 3.
For the pride, for the dream, for the love.
It's Budweiser.
Introducing the other reason to celebrate George Washington's birthday. Mazda MX-6. A special shipment of MX-6s just arrived means special savings are waiting for you. You can save up to $500 on a Mazda MX-6. Get to your Mazda dealer's Washington's birthday celebration now and save up to $500 on a Mazda MX-6.
These Super RX-7 savings are for a limited time only. Come drive one home today.
Burger King introduces the Cheeseburger Deluxe for the times you want a regular cheeseburger, but you don't want it plain. Our flame-broiled regular cheeseburger is decked out in luscious lettuce and tasteful fresh tomato, which means a Burger King Cheeseburger Deluxe is anything but plain. The Cheeseburger Deluxe, now at Burger King at a very tempting price. The only regular burger that's definitely deluxe.
This game is brought to you in part by The Wiz. Remember, for everything in home entertainment, nobody beats The Wiz. And by Coca-Cola. You can't beat the feeling.
It is a sellout crowd here at the Baltimore Arena, 13,137. The Bullets playing their third game of the season here in Baltimore. Mark Jackson forced to call a timeout. He was in trouble off the trap with only 2 seconds remaining for Mark to get that ball across the midcourt line.
I think Rick Pitino was unhappy that Mark was left alone. Many times when you have such a good ball handling guard, the other players have such confidence, they kind of drift down and assume he'll make it. Well, he got surprised by the combination of Coulter and Grant, and the Knicks teammates of Mark did not react quickly enough.
The Bullets have done a nice job with their pressure defense.
Oh, Marv, I want you to know it's Channel 9 for the best in talk variety. Welcome Morton Downey Jr. and Joan Rivers to Friday's Arsenio Hall show. In the show to end all shows, Friday night at 12:30. Marv, John Williams is having his best game in the 5 thus far against these two teams. A big game for him. In fact, he only hit his average of 12 points a game in one of the prior 4 games. Tonight he's really doing a big job and showing the Knicks his many talents as a defensive center and as also a ball handling point guard.
18 points in all for Williams. The Bullets got off to the slow start. The Knicks led by as many as 15, but in the third quarter the combination of Bernard King and Jeff Malone helped turn things around. King had only 4 at the half, and now with 19 points, you saw the discrepancy on the boards in the second half. Washington taking command.
And Darrell Walker did something that helped this team a lot in the third quarter. He had 5 of his game 6 steals in the third quarter alone.
Kenny Walker up front now with Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Trent Tucker, Mark Jackson in the backcourt. Bullets go back to the trap. Oakley setting the pick. 5 on the shot clock. Ewing. And it will be Bullets ball.
Bullets succeeded in having Patrick Ewing take a shot out of his normal range.
There's an interesting shot of Darrell Walker with ice pack on head. Nice. Coulter able to beat the Knicks down again. But he felt the pressure of Walker, who deflected it out. Coulter thought he was fouled. The Bullets will put it in play from their baseline.
Coulter can move. The Knicks fortunate to come out of this without committing a foul.
Allery, Grant, and Williams now up front. Nice fake by Williams. And the rejection by Walker.
In a big way.
Tucker from 3. Grant could not save it. Oakley lost it. And he's called for a travel. Another Knick turnover.
And that has been the problem tonight. Turnovers for the Knicks. Knicks converging now. Kenny Walker slapping that shot down. The Knicks couldn't make anything out of it, though.
Now Oakley picking up on Coulter. Traveling violation.
Patrick Ewing's aggressiveness created that.
8:15 remaining fourth quarter. The Knicks split the ball down by 3. 107-104. Bad pass by Tucker. 2-on-1. Echoes. Blocked by Walker. Kenny Walker committing his third. So Lydell Echols, previously known as Liddell Echols, a rookie from New Orleans, Bullet's second-round draft pick, off this foul will go to the line.
A very tough man to deal with when he is coming at you. He's so fast and big and strong.
He is now 1 for 3 from the foul line. He's a 78% free throw shooter. Bullets by 4, 108-104. Coulter virtually riding Jackson. And the foul call. Steve Coulter's done a good defensive job. He's been bothering Mark Jackson.
Well, Jackson got him on his hip, which is where he wanted him.
Coulter, a 5-year pro, has been around from New Mexico State. Doubling up now on Ewing, who is able to hit again. He is 31, and the Knicks move within 2. 108-106. Mallory being guarded by Tucker. Echoes. And the Bullets take a 4-point lead.
Well, in the motion out there, he all of a sudden had Jackson on him, and he's got 3 inches height on him. Enabled him to get that good shot.
Ewing looking to establish position, changed his mind. Tucker, three-pointer. And the Knicks are now 9 for 19 from three-point range. The Knicks down by 1, 110-109 as Prentice hit on his third three-pointer. The Bullet bench doing a strong job tonight. Jackson on that foul, his third. And it will be a shooting foul off the inbounds.
Three-point shooting of the Knicks continues to rewrite the NBA record book. Last Saturday, as a matter of fact, they broke the NBA mark of attempts set by the Celtics last year. And then the next one that's going to fall looks like the all-time NBA record for three-pointers made in a season. They're 7 away from that right now.
Bullets lead by 2, 111-109. Trent Tucker is 3 for 5 from downtown. Mark Jackson has hit 4 out of 6.
Evidently, that record three-point makes was set by the Celtics also last year.
Knicks down by 3. Echols broke it up. 3-on-2. Coulter. But the call against the Bullets.
Boy, Echols diagnosed Mark Jackson's pass perfectly. As a result, got that steal.
Tucker attempting from three-point range. And now words between Ewing, who's pointing at John Williams. Coulter looked to break it up.
It's been coming, Marv. Saw that several minutes ago.
Ewing on a loose ball foul. Yes, you mentioned it earlier, focusing in on the fact that Ewing was annoyed with John Williams and Charles Jones, who are forced to play him over aggressively because they give away several inches.
So Ewing pushing him there. Just A reminder that he has felt his body on him enough and doesn't want to feel it quite that way anymore. From Williams' perspective, though, he's got to play overly aggressive to deal with Patrick Ewing.
And a technical foul called on Ewing.
That might have come from the pointing. It's an outward display of intimidation by Patrick.
Rick Pitino questioning it, as is Patrick Ewing. Mallory hits the technical. And the Bullets lead by 4, 113-109 with 6.5 remaining. Fourth quarter. Now Ewing matched with Grant. So Eccles goes down low. And a foul. No, tie-up. Bernie Fryer says jump ball.
Well, Ewing made a great play to cover up and help Tucker. Quickly, Ewing comes back now.
So the 6'5" Eccles jumping against Ewing. Knicks control. Down by 4.
Clear who their target is offensively.
Ewing, yes. He is 13 for 18 from the floor, and he has 33 points. Here's Coulter, and a foul called. It's on Newman. That's his second. The Knick foul situation. Ewing has 4. Jackson, Wilkins, and Walker with 3 apiece.
Coulter very slick on the penetration and the ball handling. Only plays 15 minutes a game on the average, and Coulter has assumed a much more important role for this team tonight. Played 12 minutes alone in the first half.
74% foul shooter. He's hit 4 for 4. 10 points. He's played well. Bullets by 4, 115-111. Fifth meeting of the season between these two clubs. The Knicks have won the previous 4, 3 at Madison Square Garden. Ewing, 35 points. And the Knicks trail by 2.
Well, they're not sensitive in helping out Williams.
Here's Williams, and the foul. Foul called on Newman, and Williams will go to the line.
Oh, Williams handling the ball, using that left hand, dribbling successfully, and then extending to the basket beautifully.
21 points for John Williams.
Been 4 straight wins by the Knicks this year against the Bullets, but tonight the Bullets are really making a statement.
Ewing, oh yes, 37 for Patrick Ewing. And it's a 3-point Bullet lead, 118-115. Ewing is now 15 for 20 from the field, 7 for 7 from the line. Grant played by Newman. There's Williams putting the move on Ewing, rejected by Ewing. It will be Bullet ball with 9 on the shot clock. We're just under 5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Coulter off a double team, bad shot, but Ewing deflected it out. Ewing season high 38 back in mid-January against the Kings in Sacramento. He has 37. 7 on the shot clock. Mallory, that's a 3-point attempt. And it will be Nick Ball. Rare 3-point attempt for the Bullets. Only their second of the game. Jackson lost it, or was it deflected? The officials looking for help. And it's called last touch by the Bullets. Here's Jeff Malone, who had the hot hand in the third quarter, as did Bernard King. We have not seen Bernard, though, here in the fourth.
Got a frown? That wouldn't surprise me. He came on strong.
8 on the 24. Ewing getting in, and the Knicks are within 1. And that's a season high 39 for Patrick Ewing.
Well, the Knicks are doing what the game plan calls for, and they're pouring it into Patrick Ewing, and he is rewarding them.
4:15 left in this fourth quarter. Allery. Bullets by 3, 120, 117. Mark Allery playing tonight despite the flu has played well. He has 11. Ewing has scored the Knicks' last 8 points. Ewing, yes, make it 10 straight points for Ewing. 41 for the game. And Wes Unseld very unhappy, calling for a timeout. The Bullets by 1, 121-19, 3:51 remaining. Fourth quarter. We'll be back after these words.
How hot can it get inside your car's engine? This hot. 570 degrees under extreme conditions. Take a leading motor oil. Take Mobil 1 and watch. Of course, Mobil 1 costs more. But under extreme conditions, when you see what can happen to conventional motor oil, it doesn't pay to play with fire. Mobil 1. Isn't your car worth the extra protection?
Now you put the letter in here, and the letter goes round and round. Whoa, and it comes out here.
With Sharp's choice of fax machines, you can send documents in as little as 12 seconds to any place in the world you can phone.
The photo goes round and round. Whoa, whoa, and it comes out here.
And that will change the way you do business forever.
And it comes out here.
Sharp, the #1 selling fax machine in America.
You don't always need a special reason to make a phone call.
I just called to say I love you.
All you need is a special feeling.
And bring home a quart of milk.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by Wang Laboratories. Wang makes it work. And by the Tri-State Jeep Eagle dealers of New York, New Jersey, and Fairfield County, where you can always expect the best. Marv Albert, John Andres from Baltimore, Maryland, 3:51 remaining. Fourth quarter, Bullets with the ball, lead by 1, 120-119. Patrick Ewing on a roll. He has 41 points. That's a season high. He's 2 away from a career high, a 43-point effort against Atlanta back in 1986. 6 on the shot clock. John Williams. John Williams continues to do it offensively, and the Bullets by 3.
What a show he's putting on. Considering what he has to do at this end of the court, that's something.
Wilkins. Ewing has scored the Knicks' last 10 points. Three minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Bullets by 3. Allery. And Ewing got a piece of it. Big bucket for Mark Allery. And the Bullets go up by 5. Rick Pitino calling for a timeout. We're down to 2:51 left. We'll be back in a moment.
Look up, America, beyond Honda Civic, beyond Toyota Corolla, all the way up to the Summit. The new Eagle Summit, with more passenger room than either Civic or Corolla. Eagle Summit's base price beats them both. And Summit has $770 protection from Chrysler. The others don't even come close. Honda and Toyota have a long way to go to reach the Summit. But for you right now, a test drive is right nearby.
See your Tri-State Jeep Eagle dealer. Jeep Eagle, the newest division of Chrysler Corporation.
it's out there. It's in here. The 9X Yellow Pages. Why would anyone need another?
For the pride, for the dream, for the love, and for the team, for the sweat and for the drive, for the reason you strive.
For all you do, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
This Bud's for you. This Bud's for you.
The Knicks are down to 1 timeout left. Bullets have 3, plus a 20 with 2:51 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Well, Patrick Ewing has been unstoppable this fourth quarter particularly.
41 points in all. The Knicks not shooting well in the fourth, only 11 for 30. Make that only 37%. While the Bullets have hit 10 of 17. 3 on the shot clock. Ewing has to force it. Good defensive effort by the Bullets, who now take possession with 2.5 left in the game and a 5-point lead.
Oakley's getting a little frustrated. Gave Grant a good push.
Malone, tough angle shot, rebound Oakley, and Jackson ahead of the field. 124, 121. The Knicks within 3 as we come up on 2 minutes left in the game. Knicks to the pressure. Valerie back to help.
Boy, the playing of Valerie has made Wes Unseld look smart for sticking with him.
But Bernard King has not played at all in this fourth quarter. Now, we have not been told about any injury, but that seems to be a strange move. He was on fire. Oakley with the steal. And the Knicks cut it down to 124, 123. And the Bullets call for time with 1:37 remaining in the game.
Then what'd she do?
She kissed me.
No.
Uh-huh.
2 cold ones. I knew a girl like that once.
You did?
We're playing this game called Spin the Bottle. And when it stopped, it was pointing right at me.
Then what?
She kissed me.
So what'd you do?
I married her.
Coca-Cola Classic.
Does Grandma know?
She's a little suspicious. How old was that girl?
Very old. 8.
Burger King introduces the Cheeseburger Deluxe. For the times you want a regular cheeseburger, but you don't want it plain. Our flame-broiled regular cheeseburger is decked out in luscious lettuce and tasteful fresh tomato, which means a Burger King Cheeseburger Deluxe is anything but plain. The Cheeseburger Deluxe, now at Burger King at a very tempting price. The only regular burger that's
Definitely deluxe.
The Bullet lead is now 1 with 1:37 remaining in the fourth quarter as Charles Oakley was able to pick one off.
Yes, Patrick Ewing's been carrying the team offensively, which sometimes results in the other plays being out of it. But Oakley with a key rebound a moment before this steal and basket, which led to Mark Jackson's layup, all of a sudden has given the Knicks some balance. And look who's coming back.
Well, Bernard King making his first appearance of the fourth quarter. He scored 15 of his 19 in the third, but has not been seen since then.
Very tough for Bernard to come back and be loose now in this short time left.
King up front with Allery and Williams. Coulter handling it. Knicks have only that 1 timeout remaining. Tucker guarding Malone. Wilkins breaking it up, and Mike Mathis calls a foul on Bernard King. It's a loose ball foul. A non-shooting foul.
Well, Gerald was on the case, and his quickness resulted in him being able to get around Bernard, who shoved him. And 2 defensive plays by the Knicks have brought them right back.
That was only the second team foul by the Bullets. The Knicks already over the limit. Ewing. Yeah. And that equals a career high, 43 for Ewing. The Knicks by 125, 124 with 1:05 remaining. Fourth quarter. Here is King, and the Bullets lead by 126, 125.
What a shootout. And how about King for being able to do that? I guess he's warm.
They go right back to Ewing. 45 points for Patrick Ewing. And the Knicks by 50 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. That is a career high for Ewing. King double team. They'd like to see Coulter take the shot. 7 on the 24, and that's a goaltend. The basket counts, and King gets credit. The Bullets take a 1-point lead.
Doubling, tripling, everyone's hustling, helping out. King dribbles through the pressure, though, and Ewing can't resist.
Back live, half-minute remaining. And Ewing lost it. He threw it away. It slipped away as he tried to return it to Jackson. Timeout has been called with 28 seconds left. We'll be right back.
Express Mail from your post office offers you 46,000 drop-off points.
We deliver, we deliver.
A guaranteed morning delivery.
We deliver, we deliver.
And an overnight price of just $8.75.
We deliver, we deliver.
Speed, convenience, price. It's a package only we can deliver. Express Mail from your postal service.
We deliver for you.
Just a while ago, me and the missus figured we'd go into the live transmutation business.
Transportation business?
You know, taking critters from where they're hatched to where folk can use them. That's why we bought our GMC Sierra. Big cargo space keeps those ornery varmints alive and wiggling. Very important in the business of transporting guppies.
Yuppies.
Yuppies.
The Knicks took that last timeout, so that is their final timeout. Bullets have 2 and a 20. The Bullets with a 1-point lead with 28 seconds remaining. Here is Ewing with a clutch bucket for a career high of 45, but down at the other end, after the Bullets were able to come back off the goaltend by Ewing, with King getting credit, Ewing's return pass attempted to Jackson was thrown away.
How ironic it is now with the one man who has scored 45 points more than any other Knick in history, Bernard King, 5 times, going against Patrick Ewing now, who has joined that exclusive club tonight.
And Bernard King off the bench here in the final minute and a half for a couple of buckets. Did commit a foul that gave the ball back to New York, but Bernard now with 23 points. 28 seconds remaining fourth quarter. The Bullets have a full 24 as they will look to inbound. They have a 1-point lead. And how appropriate that the 88-89 edition of the Knicks and the Bullets put on such an entertaining game back here in Baltimore after the great battles over the years that took place between these two franchises in the 60s and the 70s. Off the trap, King gets it ahead, and the Bullets able to cross midcourt. They trap Coulter, and he lost it. Knicks do not have any timeouts remaining. They do not realize it. Jackson gets it across. See the time running down. 10 seconds remaining. Ewing is stripped. Williams with the steal. The Bullets get it back. And the foul called with 5 seconds remaining. So the Knicks had an opportunity. They committed the foul because they do not have any timeouts remaining.
Ewing, the logical target. Turns around, though, and Williams makes a tremendous play with the hands, just reaching right in. And Tucker has to commit the foul.
And it is Bernard King going to the line. He is only 3 for 6 from the foul line. 81% free throw shooter. You know that he thrives on pressure situations. The Knicks do not have any timeouts remaining with 5 seconds left in regulation.
He certainly doesn't look nervous.
Bullets by 2. 129. 127. And the Knicks will be in a situation if King hits here to whip it down court for a desperation three-pointer. All right, here it is. 5 seconds left. Oakley for Newman. Down to 3. Newman forcing Newman. Oh! Rimming the basket. What a finish to a tremendous ball game. The crowd reacts as the Knicks and the Bullets head back to their locker room. The Bullets 130 and the Knicks 127 in a beauty. Patrick Ewing with a career high of 45 points. We'll be back in a moment to recap it. Back in Baltimore after this break.